All right, hot dog at the turn, everyone. We are in the final stretches of this restoration. If you're just finding this series, this is a DIY golf club restoration beginner series, and we're walking through the entire restoration of a Titleist AP1 from start to finish. We tore it apart, we did scratch and dent repair, we polished it to a high gloss finish, and now we're going to combine two steps. We're going to work on surface textures and we're going to work on club face reconditioning. There's a lot of overlap in these steps, so I thought it'd be easy just to combine them because I'm lazy. Surface textures are really how you're going to give your club some personality. This is really what's going to make it unique outside of just being, a shiny club. This is where you're going to give it, a brushed metal finish or a satin or a matte finish or a combination of all of those things. Club face reconditioning is really just an extension of giving the club a satin or a matte finish, but you're doing it in the hitting area itself. Regardless of the type of surface condition that you're going to give the club, always start with a polished surface. That's going to give you the best result. Your finish is going to be 1000% better if you give it the best base you could possibly give it. This particular club originally had a mild brushed finish. And in my book, I talk about a bunch of different ways that you can achieve a brushed finish, like a deburring wheel or sandpaper or a wire wheel. But in this case, I'm going to keep it simple and I'm just going to use a scuff pad. In our recon step, I noted that the club face and the top line both had a matte finish. And then on the sole of the club, there was a little decorative satin piece that I want to make sure that I carry through in this restoration. How we're going to achieve that matte and satin finish is we're going to use a bead blaster. Now I realize that most of you don't have access to a blasting cabinet, and that's okay, because we're going to use this low-cost handheld blaster. I got this one at Harbor Freight, but I found a low-cost Amazon alternative that's in the basics section of our equipment page, so be sure to check that out. How this works is you load the blasting material into this hopper up here, and you can connect this to any air compressor, and then you just squeeze the trigger and you spray it just like you're painting. There's a couple of different types of media that you can use. You can use glass beads, you can use aluminum oxide, you can use crushed walnut, and all of those things give you a different finish based on its aggressiveness, if that's a word. Now, this is completely legal by USGA rules as long as it's decorative. But if you're going to use this in competition, there's a certain size glass bead that you have to use to be compliant. For the rest of us hacks, quit being a punk and use what you got. We're going to mask off this club and expose the areas that we want to hit with the sandblaster. And then once it's taped off, I can use these cheapy groove sharpeners and give my grooves a fresh edge. Couple of tips for success. When you're blasting the club, make sure that the gun is perpendicular to the area that you want to attack, not at an angle. If you go at an angle, you might lift up the tape and you're going to ruin the finish. If you don't have access to a blasting cabinet, the media goes everywhere. There's a workaround for that, and you can use one of these bedding bags. These are the bags that quilts come in. Look at that fine honey trying to give me that discount. You could cut holes in the sides for your hands. Then you could drop the gun inside, you can drop your club inside, you could run the hose up the bottom, zip it all up, spray the club, and then all that media is contained in the bag. Then when you're done spraying the club, you can dump all that media back into the container, and then you don't waste any media. Welcome to Missouri. That's it. Now just watch me work. I'm here in my garage. That's surface texture, face reconditioning, and day drinking. In the next step, we'll do paint fill, and then we'll put it all back together.